A blind piano player, wrestler, long-distance runner, and a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions across the U.S. are here to tell their story of their unique and incredible journey together. Welcome to the Nancy and Mike Show. Nancy and Mike will engage you with some of the most unimaginable and heartwarming stories of their extraordinary life. So please welcome your hosts, Nancy and Mike.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorick.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live from YouTube in Florida. This is the Nancy and Mike Show, God Inspired. This is show number 13. Today's date is October 18th, the dreaded October 18th.
Yeah.
And I said earlier that I was going to explain why October is always the dreaded month. And today's
a lot of hard Octobers.
Yeah, I've had very bad Octobers since 1956.
How old were you in 1956?
9.
9 years old. Oh,
9.5.
okay.
So,
Not good.
no, not good. And this one's no exception. And one of the things that happened to me last week, I talked about stupid commissioners
Commissioners in sports.
and in what they could do to improve their sports.
I wish they'd listen.
Well, sports would be much better if they did. There's no baseball today.
Okay.
I have been watching the Seattle-Toronto series,
I was kind of happy Seattle won last night.
and I was for Toronto.
Oh, too bad.
But anyway,
But it was a good game, right?
it was a good game, yeah. And Seattle hit 3 home runs. They hit all their runs scored on home runs.
I love home runs.
I do too.
No defense against a home run.
And Seattle's up 3-2, and they're going back to Toronto. And
You think Seattle could win in Toronto?
They already did. They already won twice. They won the first 2 games in Toronto,
So?
and Toronto won 2 out of 3 in Seattle. So the home team has lost 4 out of 5 games. So anything is possible. And then you got Logan Gilbert, who's practically unhittable.
Yeah, he's good.
I think Seattle will win it, and then they'll play 4 games against the Dodgers, and that'll be all she wrote. Now, I mentioned this, that I'm rooting for the Dodgers.
But you really don't like the Dodgers. I know it.
There is a reason I'm rooting for the Dodgers, and it's for the good of the game that I'm rooting for the Dodgers.
Well, I notice in most of these rule changes that you're looking for, it's for the good of the game in any sport. That's how
Yes,
you
it
are.
is. That's how I am.
I see a common denominator.
I'm totally fair. I'm totally honest. But last week,
Uh-huh.
I started talking about our friend Jamie, who we're going to see Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. Then when we came back after the commercial,
I forgot about it. I went
Even I did,
somewhere
yeah.
else. And
we listened to our show during the week and we saw, oh,
we saw, I didn't finish the story.
it's okay.
So, anyway,
Jamie.
what happened was this. I was on the phone with her. She called and she wants to see us. She's got a bunch of doctor appointments this week. And one of the deals that she talked about was that I had kidney stones for 30 months.
Yes. And you're in a lot of pain.
When they take out the stones, they never took them out. They crushed them.
And then I had to collect your pee in a strainer and see if there's little teeny pieces in there. There's hardly anything.
But anyway,
Get a paintbrush to get the teeny little pieces and put them in a
yeah,
container.
they
It's
got
like
smaller.
sand.
They got smaller and smaller,
Yeah.
but they didn't come out, and I had 30 months of paint. 30 months is 2.5 years. And the thing she was saying is this, that in spite of the fact that she knew I was in horrible pain, I don't take my pain out on other people.
I'm glad of that.
And yeah, Nancy's glad of that. And, uh, when she mentioned that, and I said to her, well, it's not her fault that I had 30 months of kidney stone pain. If anybody should be at fault, it should be the doctor, but certainly not her. And one of the things that I've talked about on past radio shows
Uh-huh.
is never take your wrath out on anyone who's innocent. Now, and she's innocent. She has nothing to do with the cause of my kidney stone pain.
Me too.
And you too. And so I don't do that. I just something
Well, I'm a witness.
that I don't do. I think it doesn't get me anywhere, and it doesn't make sense. It's not a good thing to do.
I have heard you take some snippiness against our scale.
Well, our scale is a good loving Democrat. So
So you don't yell at me when the scale lies to you.
and
I'm glad. I
it's
can
a
take
it's
yelling, you know it.
a lot of people say about our scale that it's a good loving Democrat or Nazi, as I
Yeah,
call it.
whatever.
And
It was not too bad for me today. I'm trying to get, at least today, I was 125 and a half. That's not bad for me. I was not upset. I didn't
and
yell
I
at
was 199,
you. So you're under 200.
and yeah, I'm under 200, but I'm only 85 pounds overweight. But anyway, be that as it may,
Yes.
uh, I did say that I was going to go into why this is the dreaded month of
Oh, you
October,
know why it is for you.
why it is for me. I never met anyone who had Octobers like I did for such a long period of time. And I'm going to talk about the most recent one, this one.
But do you think it's because you're close to God and you stay pretty innocent most of your life? Maybe the bad spirits have something against you. Could be.
I know the bad spirits have plenty against me.
Yeah, yeah.
And you got to remember this uh, about October. One of the main, I call it's not an attraction. It's Halloween.
I know our neighborhood. You wouldn't believe it. We have skeletons and witches and uh, ghosts up and down our block. It's the
And it's all godless
eh,
stuff. And I don't care how you put it. It's all godless. It's anti-Christian.
you never see any sweet, gentle angels in trees or you know.
No, you see the devil. And I remember when I was a kid, people uh, buying costumes that represent the devil, and it's and I've had terrible Halloweens, by the way. Um, but anyway, getting into the most recent thing,
Uh huh.
last Thursday night, Nancy's watching Elsbeth,
Yeah, we mentioned that last week. It's a good show. It's just started up again.
and this was a new one. I couldn't follow it, but anyway, uh, midway through the program, I'm starting to have chest pains, my upper right chest. Now, I don't know if that's heart related,
Could be.
and but it was a sharp pain. And after Elsbeth went off, this is our program, our procedure. We have what's called the Buzz Channel,
Game show.
124. It's a game show network.
Mhm.
And my favorite game show happens to be Pressure Luck.
Yep.
Better than The Price is Right. They got tons of
Match games.
Family Feuds and match games, and I could do without those. But I do like Pressure Luck.
Yeah.
But the
Me too.
problem is they keep playing the same ones over and over again.
Mhm.
And when they play them, I know who the champion's going to be because I've seen them.
So no suspense.
They made a lot of them,
Yeah.
but anyway,
Yep.
after Elsbeth, my chest pain started to come down a little bit. It didn't go away completely, but it got better. And it really hurt if I laid on my back. And when I'm in the living room, a lot of times I lay on my back.
Mhm.
But anyway, I've been laying on my side lately. And I went to bed. I was a little wobbly.
I noticed.
And I got into bed and I thought everything was fine. But I got on top of the top sheet and I tried to pull the top sheet out from under me and
Oh.
it had no give and I fell backwards.
Yeah.
I fell off the bed on my knees and the
Against
end
the
table,
end table.
the corner of the end table stabbed me in the back,
Yeah.
left side of my back. And it was quite painful for a while. And I took some heart medicine and I was able to go to sleep. Now, yesterday I woke up. I made the mistake of trying to lay on my back and my chest started hurting. And anyway, Nancy gave me some aspirin and
And a CoQ10 pill.
CoQ10 and my pain went away. Now, one thing that stresses me out is when Nancy has an eye doctor appointment,
Oh,
which she had yesterday. And I get so nervous before that. I'm not saying that was the cause of my problem because I never
you
had
do
this
get
problem.
nervous. Yeah.
And
Everything went so easy, and I'm so glad I went early. And I went up to the guy. He put the screw in the side of my glasses, and then right away the guy uh, had me go in, and it wasn't a big test. I had to look forward, and whenever I saw a light, click the clicker. So that was it. Didn't take long. I got home really early.
yeah, I was amazed. And when Nancy goes out, I listen to the '60s network, and I got nothing today. There's no baseball. There's no pro football, and so I don't know. Maybe there's hockey. But anyway, my Boston Bruins started out pretty good, and then they started to stink out the joint. They got blacked in
We're
the
going to our break. We'll be right back. This is the Nancy and Mike Show.
Mike Zorick, a three-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a six-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2/3, and 2/4. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zorick, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zorick has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent, but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of the Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on the Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorick.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live from YouTube in Florida.
Yep.
This is the Nancy and Mike Show. Today's date is October the 18th. I think I did mention that.
Yeah, you did.
And very unusual. But anyway, I was talking about, I hope I didn't get distracted again. Yeah, I was talking about what happened during the Elsbeth and pressure luck and all that.
Yeah.
Well, I got through Thursday night all right, and I didn't want to go to the hospital. Here's another thing about me. If I had gone to the hospital to have my heart checked, I never would have gotten back for Saturday.
No, I know.
And one of the things about me that's been consistent throughout my lifetime.
What? What
And
is
I
it?
remember when just started doing the radio shows in 2018.
Uh-huh.
And one
What's
of the things
consistent?
that bothered me more than anything was not being reliable.
Oh, I know.
And the thing that made me not reliable was technology.
Yeah, we had a computer that kept shutting off.
And it froze and
Yeah, froze.
uh,
That's what I meant.
we'd be in the middle of a story, and then we'd have to uh, do half the show, and then the next day or something, we'd have to finish the
Yep.
show, and it uh, it got to be very frustrating. And sometimes we didn't have a show at all. It just we tried to connect up, and we'd be good until the show starts,
Yeah.
and then the show starts, and
And
the
then it died.
computer dies.
Yeah.
And
Well, I do remember Tom helped us go get a new computer because this one was no good. And we asked a high school kid from church. He said, "Oh yeah, that particular computer does freeze up." We said, "Yeah, we found that out, huh?"
yeah, and sometimes it frees up right in the middle of the show, so we get half a show. But anyway, one of the things that I hate to be is unreliable,
Yep.
and I'm a very responsible, reliable person, and I very much dislike being unreliable. So, plus I didn't want to go to the hospital because the last time I went, I was all tied up. I
I know.
couldn't even go to the bathroom for gosh
I,
sakes. And the nurses were very nice, but I didn't like being all tied up.
I know.
And I was in for 3 days, and it was serious bladder cancer. I had to go.
I
I had
know.
to go to the emergency room.
Yep.
And I got to go back on October 29th to
And it was amazing. We got home from the hospital, said, "Oh, good. We got home Friday night.
yeah,
We
we
could
got
do
home
the show the next day."
June 27th.
And we went to do the show, and the whole company collapsed. We're so happy we made it
Yeah,
for
at
the show.
5 minutes to 12, they said that there was no show and the business had shut down. So
So we were dependable.
we were, but they weren't.
No.
So and apparently we had a lot of listeners. But anyway, be that as it may.
Yep.
But yesterday when Nancy gave me the aspirin, I was okay. This morning I had a bad headache and I'm very tired. I go to sleep and I wake up and I feel like I didn't go to sleep. I mean, it's just I'm going through these very tired spells
Right.
and I'm
I just
wondering
think when you're sleeping, you're healing. So,
I'm wondering if I got much time left on the
oh no,
uh,
no one hear that.
I know you don't want to hear that and I don't want to hear that.
I hope
Uh,
you don't.
you know, I know where I'm going
Yes.
when my time is up.
Yes.
But believe it or not, I'd rather be with you. Even though I know I'm going to be with God eternally, I'd rather be with you and have us go together, either get raptured up or whatever. But anyway, and the book of, is it the book of, what's the name of the book? The Book of Justice.
Oh, Revelation.
Yeah. I don't know if any book specifically goes into the rapture, but a lot of Christians talk about that, where two people will be working in the field. One will be,
That's in the Bible.
yeah, that is in the Bible. And one gets left behind, the other one goes up. And
Hmm.
but I want to go with Nancy. I want to go together with her,
Yes, me too.
regardless of how we go. I, I don't want to leave her here. And the odds are that I probably would because she's a lot healthier than me. And it's not a subject that we like or
No.
uh, talking about our wills and all this kind of stuff. It's lousy subject material. And
Especially when you're in your late 70s.
but I've had so many health issues
I know.
that I wonder how I'm surviving these things. And
You told me a long time ago that blind people die younger because they don't get a lot of exercise and they don't move a lot.
well, I'm not moving a lot.
I know.
I'm having trouble just doing what I have to do. And
Well, last Sunday, he went through church, he stayed awake, and we went out with some wonderful friends, the two friends that saved his life by driving him to the hospital at midnight. And we had a wonderful time. I've been wanting him to go to that restaurant for a long time since they opened today. Last Sunday was his first time.
the waitress was nice. She wanted to meet me, and
He
did a
was.
lot of walking.
Yeah,
And
quite close.
I don't think that's a good place to go on a Sunday. But
Well,
anyway, be that as it may, uh,
I wanted to take her out, and she said Sunday, so we
okay,
made it.
well,
We
we
made it.
made it. We
Yeah.
we got through it.
Yes.
But anyway, my next thing is I gotta wonder what to do about my chest, and as if the bladder cancer is not enough. And
One thing at a time.
I'm going to talk about
Oh, October?
October. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, during the month of October, I have had more injuries in the month of October since 1956 than all the other months combined. So if I took October and I added all the injuries I would get. And I'm not talking about just 1956. I'm talking about every year. And some of the injuries, they would be serious. Some of them would not be. Like you fall down and you scrape your knee on the sidewalk, those kind of things. I had 2 incidents running into fences. You think, well, why is a blind person running into fences? But anyway, it happened to me twice.
Mm-hmm.
Once at school and once on the neighborhood playground. It happened,
Mm-hmm.
and one was serious, the one on the playground, and but I had the other 11 months were better than October put together. Now, I'll tell you one other thing that happened in October, and this is the same year, 1956. I was brought up Catholic. Now, when you're brought up Catholic, they had what was called catechism. And the nuns who taught catechism, their deal was when the trial, tribulation, the 7-year tribulation comes up, that the probability is that when that tribulation period comes up, some of us will be here. Now, in 1956, I was 9 years old. So you figure where that takes you. And now I'm 78 and I'm still here. And I believe the 7-year tribulation has started.
Oh.
And I remember leaving the classroom where we had catechism, and I was scared. I was 9 years old, and I was scared. And of course, one of the things, how do you beat the devil? All right. Well, I thought I was going to find a way to beat the devil. But I got one problem. It's a serious problem. You're not going anywhere unless you got the chip, the 666 chip in your hand or your forehead. Now, Satan's going to know who's got it and who doesn't have it. So there's no way in heck that I'm going to be able to outsmart the devil when I get older, because all he has to do is look and see if I have that chip or not. So I'm not going to succeed with that.
Right.
But I tried to talk myself into finding a way to succeed when I was in catechism class. And this was October 1956. It was uh, shortly after the first fence I ran into that I told you was a serious injury.
Yeah.
And anyway, I was scared and trying to figure out, when you're in a situation where you're trying to beat the odds, you're trying to beat evil, how am I going to beat evil? Well, I couldn't see a way.
You can't do it on your own.
And anyway, I still can't see a way because I don't have the chip and I don't intend to get it.
Oh, we're going to have a break. We'll be right back. This is the Nancy and Mike Show.
Author, radio show host, and coach John M. Hawkins reveals strategies to help gain perspective, build confidence, find clarity, achieve goals. John M. Hawkins' new book, Coached to Greatness, Unlock Your Full Potential with Limitless Growth, published by iUniverse. Hawkins reveals strategies to help readers accomplish more. He believes the book can coach them to greatness. Hawkins says that the best athletes get to the top of their sport with the help of coaches, mentors, and others. He shares guidance that helps readers reflect on what motivates them, rediscover and assess their core values, philosophies, and competencies, find settings that allow them to be the most productive, and track their progress towards accomplishing goals. What if there were a super tiny device that could diagnose the brain and is smaller than a single human hair? What if you could see inside the brain to help an epilepsy patient during surgery or to help the fight against Parkinson's disease? Dr. Patricia Broderick is proud to announce the Broderick Probe, a biomedical and electronic breakthrough. Imagine a probe to help with the understanding and potential cure of brain-related diseases. To learn more, listen live to the Easy Sense radio show with host Dr. Broderick. And to help support the Broderick Foundation, please go to easysense.com and learn how, with your help, we can fight these horrific brain disorders. That's easysense.com to learn more and help support the Broderick Foundation.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorick.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live from YouTube in Florida. This is a Nancy and Mike show. And I was talking about this catechism. Now, where the nuns are trying to warn us about our future.
Sounds
When
like it was scary for you.
it was scary for me. I'm not scared of it now, but it was at the time when I was 9 years old. It was scary for me because I didn't know how at that time I could counteract the devil. I still don't know.
There is an antidote. It's by being still. You know how to be objective and not let these thoughts grab us, to be objective to the evil that's trying to pull us.
Yeah, but if you don't have the chip, you can't buy groceries.
But God provides. Remember that one time we got the exact amount we needed after we came home, remember? So I think God provides. You sincerely love God, He would provide.
Well,
Or just bring us up. If you can't buy groceries, God will take care of that
I know Cindy Johnson. She says God will provide,
too.
and she's for those of you who don't know her, she's very
High
high
quality.
quality, and she used to teach Bible courses. I don't know if she does anymore.
I'm sure she does, and she works full time at that Bible teaching place. She
So
used to, for years, she used to go to prisons, but Newsom closed the prisons and let all the bad people out, so she can't do that anymore. But she
anyway,
would come to her house every week.
as it stands right now, we're still here, and the Nazis are talking about what's called digital ID. What
Ooh,
is digital ID?
that's the
It's the
666
chip.
thing.
It's
Yeah,
the
that's it.
666
Don't
mark of
do
the
it.
beast.
Don't.
And
God will
if
protect you.
we don't do it, I'm not going to do
Well,
it.
I'm doing it.
And some people will survive based on others that take the chip. So let's say your mother takes the chip and the kids survive off the mother or something like that. I'm just using that
Nah,
as an
who knows?
example.
This
But
is over your
anyway,
head.
uh, I I'm not interested in this.
No.
I I personally would rather go before the 7 year tribulation starts. But anyhow, uh, be with God, and
Do you want me to do my book thing here I got?
yeah,
Okay. I got this book. It's really cool. It's called Think on These Things by Lori Hatcher. And I really liked it. I know the guy that does the line, he told me that I was young at heart. And this kind of touched my heart. So this is what she said. Jesus chose a little child to describe what we must be like to have a relationship with God. That's what we want. We want a relationship with God the Father. Okay. So Jesus called a little child to him and he put the child in the middle of them. And Jesus said, I tell you the truth, unless you turn from your sin and become like little children, you will never get into the kingdom of heaven. So anyone who becomes as humble as this little child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. That's from Matthew 18, verse 2 to 4. Okay, it sounds good, except Jesus, see, she was saying that when we start to become Christians, we think, oh, we have to stop doing this, we have to do that, we have to have all these lofty prayers and all this stuff we're supposed to do salvation. But no, Jesus said, he said we must become like little children. It's a whole different thing. Stop trying, let go. And then faith is a gift of God. When we come to him as helpless as a child, we can fling ourselves on him knowing he will catch us. And I just, Cindy Johnson, she started teaching us this Bible thing, and this was her very first thing that she made me memorize. I'm not good at memorizing. I always have to read these. But anyway, Ephesians 2, 8 and 9. For it is by grace you have been saved through faith. And this is not from yourselves. It is the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast. So God is not into pride. He wants you to be humble and he'll handle it. If we don't have the chip, like we were told not to have the injections for the China virus. So we didn't, but we couldn't do a lot of things. We couldn't go to any concerts in California. And we,
And even some restaurants
yeah,
wouldn't let you go.
no,
And you couldn't go to church.
no,
You could,
all the closed churches were closed in California
you could,
before we moved.
you could riot, but you couldn't go to church.
So, I mean, we draw lines. We want to do God's way, not man's way. And we are protected. The one time we didn't have a whole lot of money and we had, let's see, the air conditioner broke and something else broke.
The washing machine broke.
We had to get a new refrigerator. And for Christmas, from people who never gave us money before, we got the exact amount from different people. And it was an exact amount, huh, Mike?
Yeah, it was 2,300.
2,300 came to us.
And we got that in Christmas cards. And we never got that before or since.
Never since. Nope. It
So,
was, that was God influenced. Some girl that was in my art class, one of my art students said she just got insight that she was supposed to give us 600. Like, whew. The only time she ever gave me anything else was one time for Christmas, she gave me a bar of soap. And my brother's wife, I said, oh, I wonder if I should take that personally. She said, no, sometimes there's fancy soaps that she's known people that give soap. So I didn't take it personally. That, being an art teacher, you get pretty close to people. I thought, well, maybe I need a stronger deodorant or something. But she never gave me anything before or since. So it was God inspired. I'm like,
yeah.
well, I'm done. That's all I could come up with. It's from a book by Lori Hatcher.
So anyway, Nancy read it to me this morning, and I was so out of it
I know you
that
were.
I didn't see how our topics related. But now that we're going through the show, I do see how they relate.
You gotta just let God handle it. You were a little boy. Uh, I think the nuns should have explained it a little better, but that's my personal opinion.
Well,
I never got scared like that when I was a little kid.
I think they did the best they could, and but I know some of the kids in catechism class, they remember that day,
Yeah, it's
and
hits you in the heart.
you don't want to be around because you're getting all your meals. You're 9 years old. You're getting your meals.
Everybody's taking care of you,
Everybody's taking care of you, and
especially blind kids. Whoa,
yeah, tell me about it.
I know.
I don't know. We're losing our friends left and right here. People are moving out. They're moving out of the state, and people from church and uh, our football guy Ben. I don't know
Oh,
whatever
I
happened
missed
to
it.
him. And Mark and Ember,
Yeah, they just sold their house.
they just left, and Adina and Tracy, and all these people.
Yep,
They're leaving us like we're some kind of a plague.
but we have some
And
good friends. You know it.
we have Tom and Diane
Yes.
who
And
saved my life.
Jamie, and Jamie's going to see us next week for lunch.
Yep.
So we have friends.
Since I've had my chest issue, I kind of lost my appetite,
Good.
and maybe I'll lose some weight.
I think you should lose some
But
weight.
anyway,
Yeah.
that's how we're at. And I don't want to go through this Almighty God crap, all this digital.
No.
And Nancy was going to order some diet pills,
Yeah.
and they won't give her diet pills anymore. She called the number, and
And the same thing happened with those pills for diabetes for your low blood sugar. He said, well, you can't do it through this phone number. I
yeah.
like phone numbers. I don't like doing stuff on the computer.
So,
And when I went to Staples, that guy was rude, but because
oh
we
yeah,
said
he was terrible.
we
That
don't like computers.
and God Almighty is getting stronger all the time, and our God is staying the same.
Yeah, there's a phone number on the bottle. I called them up and they knew all about me. They knew my credit card. They knew when I ordered and everything. But you can't order from this phone number.
Yeah. So
So that's
God
nice.
Almighty's taking over, and you know what God Almighty is?
Big tech.
It's the new world order under the Antichrist
Yeah, with computer as one of
with
the gods.
uh, Almighty God is big tech and the Nazi Party, and the way we're afraid of the Nazi Party, a Nazi cannot sin
Well, it seems like it in the world, but God sees it as sin. Our God.
because if a Nazi was able to sin, he'd be held accountable for the sins he
Things are
commits.
starting to
But
get them. I can see it. Oh, when I went to the eye doctor, the guy who fixed my glasses, he had the Bible right on his desk there. I was really happy to see that. And then the guy who checked me with that clicker and the eye thing, uh, he said, God bless you. So I was really happy to. People are getting more outspoken about their true feelings about God. It's coming out.
I think part of the benefit that came from that was Charlie Kirk,
Yes.
and losing Charlie Kirk, that was a big loss. But
To see a handsome young man bringing young people to God, that's high quality.
yeah,
We're going to have to go. Here's the Nancy and Mike show. We'll be right back.
What if there were a super tiny device that could diagnose the brain and is smaller than a single human hair? What if you could see inside the brain to help an epilepsy patient during surgery or to help the fight against Parkinson's disease? Dr. Patricia Broderick is proud to announce the Broderick Probe, a biomedical and electronic breakthrough. Imagine a probe to help with the understanding and potential cure of brain-related diseases. To learn more, listen live to the Easy Sense radio show with host Dr. Broderick. And to help support the Broderick Foundation, please go to EasySense.com and learn how, with your help, we can fight these horrific brain disorders. That's EasySense.com to learn more and help support the Broderick Foundation. Mike Zorick, a three-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a six-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2/3, and 2/4. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zorick, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zorick has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorick.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live, broadcasting from YouTube
Yeah.
in Florida. And one of the things I wanted to mention,
Okay.
it's something that's been happening recently for us, and it's getting good information from Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how reliable it is,
I know, me either.
but some of it is reliable. And we're getting stuff coming through from Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I do too. I think it's true, and I think it's very good. And the more I hear about him, the more I like him. I'm not a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
You know, I'm Philadelphia and New England.
New England.
And hey, by the way, New England's in first place.
Woohoo.
We got to beat Tennessee tomorrow. We don't beat a team that's 1-5.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Buffalo has a bye, and Buffalo put New England in first place by losing to Atlanta last Monday. So I was pretty happy with the Monday night football games last week. And Chicago beat Washington
Wow.
with 3 seconds to go.
That was fun, huh?
That was amazing. It was in Washington.
I'm for Chicago.
And so the Monday night football was very good. And while I was watching football, Nancy was watching. Nancy got the Chosen movies,
Yeah.
and she was watching that while I was watching the 2 football games.
It's
And
on a DVD.
I don't think there's ever going to be 2 Monday night football games as good as we had last week, at least the results. But anyway, I just wanted to mention Jerry Jones. Now, Jerry Jones, I remember I talked about the stupid commissioners last week.
Yeah.
Well, Jerry Jones was one of these guys who was a victim of a suspended game. And
I tell you, he drew lines, huh?
yes, he did. And they were playing Dallas and Green Bay, and the score was 40-40. And Green Bay had just tied the game up after overtime, and neither team could stop the other.
Right.
So I think if they had gone one more possession, Dallas would have won the game. They lost patience.
Yeah.
And
Do it like the colleges have
do
it.
it like the colleges have it. or just play until somebody wins. And it wouldn't have taken too long. When you got a
They
game
both
that's
were
got
good.
80 points,
I
nobody could stop the other
You
team.
know, both teams are doing
Uh,
great.
and I did mention also last week the field goals, the longer field goals giving you more points. Now, maybe that game would have never, if they had the distances that I had, maybe there wouldn't have been a suspended game to begin with.
Tie.
Right. Because maybe somebody's field goals were longer than the other guys and they would have got more points. And uh, so that's where we're at.
Mhm.
But let's see, what else do I have here? Yeah, the baseball. I'm I'm for the Dodgers,
Not really.
and I was hoping the Dodgers would go 13-0, but it looks like they're going to go 13-1. And when you look at these games the Dodgers have, none of them are close. They lost one, and that was 8-2, and their wins, none of them are close.
I know.
And that's got to tell you something about the state of baseball. We need a maximum and a minimum salary cap.
Very
And
important.
I know that would hurt the Phillies because the Phillies have a high salary cap. But if it'll make the game better, and the Phillies aren't a contender anyway, even with their high salary. And
They'd be more careful about hiring people for long times.
well, I said this many times, and I think signing Bryce Harper was
You know, it was a
that's a
mistake.
noose around their neck
Yeah,
till
that's gonna keep hurting him
till
year after year.
2034 because they're not gonna they
Okay.
can't trade him.
I know.
And so they're in trouble. And they got big name guys. I don't know what's going to happen to Wheeler. He got hurt. I don't know if he's coming back to pitch for them. I think we're going to lose Schwarberg,
Oh,
and I think we're going to lose Realmuto.
oh, those two are great.
Yeah, how do you replace a catcher? You don't have a catcher,
I know.
and
One should have two catchers.
they do have a good starting rotation. But besides the Phillies' um, problems with free agency, their bullpen is a massive disaster, and they're going to have to pick up some relief pitchers somewhere, either through a trade or free agency or not. I don't know how they could afford to sign a bunch of free agents. And so anyway, that's the deal with them. And the Boston Bruins, they started out 3-0. They got smashed to smithereens in their last two games. One against Tampa Bay and the other against Vegas. I don't think they won in Vegas since I was born. And
I don't
of
think
course,
Vegas has been
Vegas
around that
didn't
long.
have a team that long,
No.
but
Oh, well, this is the end of the show. Thanks, guys, for listening to us. And see us next week. And take care, guys. Right, Mike?
yeah.
Bye.
This has been the Nancy and Mike Show. Tune in each week and become part of the conversation of the amazing journey of Nancy and Mike.